A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Saquon Barkley able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Jackson on first down. And this one's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
To throw again. Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Ryan Suckup on for the point after. And this is good. Our score, 7-0 Tennessee. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
I'm here all day.
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Drake. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 24-yard touchdown as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Bounce bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive, they've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Mariota. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Now it's Barkley, and he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. And Ingram holds it in. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there, 1st down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Jeffrey Simmons in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty. On the toss play, this is Drake. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Kenyon Drake, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans have taken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Let's make these babies crawl the way back.
Now Mariota. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And the pressure gets to him again. J.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
On 1st down, Drake. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Tackle made by Kenny Vaccaro.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
From the 17, Jackson. It's complete to Drake. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Second turn, defense, let's go.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But a short yardage, trying to pick up 1st downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
And the whole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll run with Barkley, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. So backed up to the 6 now, 3rd and goal.
I got him.
Here's Barkley. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Let's think here. You're still just in the 2nd quarter. You taking the 3 points?
I am taking the 3 points, and I'm just relying on my defense here. Show them you have a little confidence in them, and let the offense know, nice drive. Come back next time. We'll go get 6 then, but for now, we'll take the 3.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously, one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mariota, and this one complete to Smith. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling could lead to no yards gained.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is fielded at the 27. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A 2nd quarter score from KC. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On the run, it's Barkley. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
A 1st down run from Barkley, pretty well defended. Give him 3 yards on the play. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Finds his tight end, Ingram. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. He may try and run for this. The 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. 1st down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. This is Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Barkley. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Mariota. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He's going to let this one go deep. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Here we go. Check the backer, check the backer. 6 guys, check 6 guys. 1.
Again, it's Lewis. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose, and the Texans scoop it, and they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Able to avoid him. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Single, slot.
On 2nd and 9, Mariota. It's caught by Davis. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. They go play action. Mariota. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. And before the 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Mariota now. Complete. This is Lewis.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Let him know. Three. Showing it. One. Kill.
Where are they, team?
Smoke.
To throw Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the 1st-round pick of 2014. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Here we go.
Again, it's Barkley. Oh, he shifts past him. A spin, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there, first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, put a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Running, it's Drake. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. The tackle by Robert Quinn. CD, put on your OC cap here. What do you do? 2nd and 1, you get stuffed. Now 3rd and 1.
You know, in the old days, I would have said we're going to line up and we're going to run the same darn play and we're going to get it right. But nowadays, as tough as defenses are, I want some mobility. I want some movement, putting the ball in the hands of my quarterback and giving him a run-pass option.
Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. They'll run on first down. Barkley. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
38, Titans 7. Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. Yeah, he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack. Now on 2nd and 13. Mariota being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Back now in Houston, and this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
57, Mike. 2, fellas, let's go. 57's Mike. Mike 57. 6 man. One. Back.
3rd and long here for Mariota. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. The end result, 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now Lewis here on first down. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Mariota. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Mariota to throw it. They will find Davis. That's complete. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Corey Davis, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point put through by Succop, and that will get him one closer. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
Now on first down, Drake again. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Switch up, switch up.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll go to Barkley again, and he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Barkley on first down, going to work his way forward, only for about a couple there. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On 2nd down now, Barkley. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the Titans' 42-yard line.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And when you break it down, you know, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You know, you just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for Houston, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Titans, the calendar changed October didn't help as they dropped to 0-5 on the year. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. And for Charles Davis and our